Hello, Tina here from Midlife Fabulous, and today we're in the kitchen. We're going to be cooking up some beautiful Easter desserts. So if you do enjoy my channel, I'd really love if you could subscribe. If you've got some comments on this video, please pop them in the comments below. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot if you do that. Now, the first one that we're going to do is going to be a no-baked cheesecake, and we're going to serve it inside an Easter egg. So what I'm trying to do here is, I think, do we all know those little cream Easter eggs? They're the little chocolate ones with the purple and red wrappers that have the cream filling. So I'm trying to recreate that in the form of a dessert. All right, the ingredients that I'm going to be using today for my no-baked cheesecake are 2 packets of cream cheese. Get those out of the fridge in the morning because they should be at room temperature, so they're nice and soft and easy to work with. So maybe get them out when you get up in the morning. Then I've got some vanilla, so you can either have vanilla essence, imitation vanilla, vanilla extract, whichever one works in with your budget. We're going to have 1/3 cup of lemon juice, and I'm going to show you a really good way of getting the most amount of lemon juice you can out of a lemon. Then today I'm going to be using a condensed milk, and I'm going to use that instead of sugar and cream mixed together just to give a sweet, thicker consistency. And then I am going to serve it all inside these cute Easter eggs. All right, so the first thing I want to do is cut my eggs into the shapes that I want to use. So I've already boiled some water. And all I'm doing with this water is I'm going to use a sharp knife to just slice open how I want my eggs, which is going to be the holding component of what I put the cheesecake inside. So I'm going to do it 2 different ways. Pick which one you like the best and do it which way you like. And what I've done, I've got a very sharp knife, so be careful. And I'm going to dunk it in the hot water. It just makes it a bit easier to slice through the chocolate. Let's move him out of the way. Oh, let's move all of this out of the way. So the first one, I'm just going to try and cut clean in half. So I'm going to go along where the join is. Can you see that? Slicing that in while the knife's hot. Just slices it along. Really easy. You may have to pop it in a second time. And look, that doesn't matter. A little bit of that's broken. C'est la vie, right? Put it back in. Very carefully. Chocolate must be a bit thicker at this end. Alright, well I've broken one half of that, so you know where that's going. I'm going to eat that. Yeah, see the chocolate's very thick at that end, which it's not normally that thick on an egg. Good if you want the egg, not good if you're doing a dessert. So that's the first one, and that's going to be the case for the first one. That is going to go in my husband's belly. Let me pop that on a plate and put it over here. Give my hands a wash. And then the second one, what I'm going to do with the second one is I'm going to try and just kind of give it on an angle cut, just to fill it in a different way. And then you can pick which ones you like the look of best. My knife again. So I'm just going to cut it down on an angle. Back up. And again, hubby can have that one. And then what I'll do is I'll put some filling around the bottom of it so it stays standing once I've pop the filling inside that. Actually, while I've got this cup here, I'll just stand it in there. And you go get yourself, I might go and get myself an Easter cup this afternoon to put it in, because I think that would be, I might let that cool because that'll melt, but I'm going to pop him in that. All right, so the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cream cheese. Just going to pop that in my bowl. 2 buckets. I'd say the amount that I'm making for this is going to make it larger than just 2 of these. So the amount for this would be if you're doing more. But I'm just going to use what I want to use in the eggs. So now we're going to beat up the cream cheese till it's just a really smooth consistency. Next one I want to do is just add in my condensed milk. I've just got a little tin, it's 395 grams. I'm going to show you how to get the most amount of juice out of a lemon that you can. So the first thing I do is I give it a good roll, loosens up the juice inside it. Then, this is the trick. I'm going to pop it in the microwave for 20 seconds. Alright, that's warm now, so give it another roll. You can really feel that lemon juice in there starting to work its way. And you're going to get the most amount of lemon that you can out of that lemon. Then we slice in half. You can see that's so juicy. Now we're squeezing. We're trying to get 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice. I've got to say, when I'm cooking, I'm not overly fussed on my measurements. I often cook a lot just to the eye and to the taste. Some people don't. My mum has to measure everything. Now that is so much juice that's come out of that. Just squeeze it off. Chucking down my muncher so that it smells nice. And the other side. Oh, spat on me. I'm going to pop in my lemon juice. I might measure that. Just 1/3 of a cup. I think that's pretty good what I've done. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So the 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice. And then just 1 teaspoon of vanilla. A bit less if it's the condensed version, a bit more if it's the imitation, just to taste. All right, now that's beaten to a really nice, smooth consistency. I do always give it a little try just to make sure whether I need to add more lemon or if you might want to add some sugar to your taste. I don't like it overly sweet, so I think the condensed milk is enough for me. Some people do put sugar in it. Yep, that's nice. I can definitely taste the lemon and it's not overly sweet, so perfecto. All right, now what we're going to do, so we're just going to fill our eggs. So you can do this, you can do it with the smaller eggs if you've got kids and you want them a bit smaller, or the bigger eggs if you've got the adults who love their cheesecake. So just take it and fill in your eggs. Do it about what you would consider a portion size of a piece of cheesecake. So now that's the white creamy part of that egg on the inside. Now I'm just going to pop that on the plate. I'm going to put it in the fridge to cool, and while that's cooling or setting, I'm going to do the lemon curd, which is going to look like the little yolk of the lemon, of the egg, not the lemon, the egg. And then this one's just going to be like a stand-up one. Like an egg you have for your breakfast, isn't it? All right, now I'm going to pop those in the fridge. The excess you can just eat. Next, I'm going to make the lemon curd, which is going to be the little yolk part that I'm going to pop on top of the cheesecake to actually make it look like a real egg in it. So the ingredients that I'm using for that is 75 grams of butter. I've got 3/4 of a cup of castor sugar. And then I've got 1 whole egg and then a yolk separate. And then I've got half a cup of lemon juice, which I did the way that I did for the cheesecake by rolling it and heating it in the microwave. Now we're just gonna whack it all in a saucepan, cook it up, and then let it cool, and you've got some really nice lemon curd. Right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whisk the 2 eggs. So the 1 whole egg and the egg yolk. I'm just gonna give them a quick whisk, just so they're nicely mixed before I put them in the pan. All right, now let's turn our, and now, okay, we're gonna put that on a medium heat. So not high, more towards the medium to low end, not towards the medium to high end, because we don't want any of this component to burn. Now we're gonna put our butter in. That's 75 grams of butter. Melt that. It's better to take a little bit extra time rather than burn it. And my butter is now melted, but it's not boiling, which is important. And then I'm going to slowly add my sugar and stir it while I'm adding it. Now I'm going to add my eggs, which is 1 whole egg plus an additional egg yolk that I've whisked together. Add that in. Continue to stir that because we don't want an omelette. Now once that's all stirred through, let's mix through the lemon juice. Some people do like to use a lemon rind grated as well. I'm not a big fan of that, so I leave it out, but if you like it, go ahead. Now we want to continue stirring this for 5 minutes until the mixture thickens. So just keep your eye on it. It will depend on how high you've got your temperature, but remember medium to low, not medium to high. It's okay if when you're stirring it, you see a couple of little blobs forming, because after we've finished stirring it for this 5 minutes and we let it cool just for a little bit, we then put it through a sieve to strain out any of those bulky bits that have formed. We can see that starting to thicken up nicely. See, when we stop stirring, it bubbles. We don't want to do that. Right, now that is the consistency that we want it to be. It's thick, it's not overly thick. It does have a little bit of, I don't know, bits and bobs in there, but that's all right because we are going to put it through a strainer. So let's just take that off. I'm going to pop it on the bench there on a holder and allow it to cool. I'm going to let it cool, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, just till it feels cool when I put my hand over it there. Not cold because it needs to be warm while we're running it through the sieve. Now I've let that cool probably for about 10 minutes just so it continues to thicken up. And what we're going to do now is, because there are a few lumps in it, we're just going to pop it through a strainer. Then I'm going to put it in a little jar and pop it in the fridge. Push it down through. The strainer that I've got here, it's quite a thin strainer, depending on how much lumps and bumps you like. And then in between the goes, I just like to get rid of what's on the top there. smells so good. I love lemon. Oh, and it tastes just as good as it smells. Alright, so that's got rid of all my lumps and bumps. It's a really smooth consistency now in that jug there. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Now I'm just going to wipe my bench. I like a clean bench. And then I'm going to just pop it in a little, this is an old coffee jug. Put that in the fridge, I'm going to let it cool, and then I'm going to pop it on the top of my cheesecake. Now I've let that cheesecake chill in the fridge for, gosh, I've left it for about 3 hours, so, because I wasn't in any rush, I just left it in there for as long. So that's nice and set. Oh, it looks really nice. And then I also put the lemon curd in, so that's nice and set as well. So what I have also done here is I've got some shredded coconut, and I've just put some green food colouring and mixed it through, and I'm just going to place that underneath the one that I've done as a half, just so it looks like a little bit of grass that it's sitting on. See, I've just popped that on the plate, just roughly with a little, it's almost like a little nest, so the egg's going to just sit comfortably in that. Chopped up some fresh strawberries, or just cut off some fresh strawberries just for a bit of decoration. Just going to pop those around, just around the end there. With the other one that I popped in, I've popped that in a little, this was my friend's mum's little china set, so I love it. It's pink. So hi Janine, I love that little set. So whenever I get the opportunity to use it, bring out your beautiful china. Don't leave it in the cupboard for no one to use. I'm going to pop that in there, and then around the base of this one, I'm just going to pop a couple of raspberries. Then with the lemon curd, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to just pop a little dollop so it looks like an actual egg. So just give that. Put that on top there. Same with this one. Not too much. We don't want it to be too big. We don't want it to run. That's just a beautiful, I love the taste of lemon. Do you like lemon? Pop a little chicken there. I've got some little Easter, just like little Easter sugar bits, just for decoration. I don't go too wild, just a little bit, just so it looks cute. Same on this one, just a couple around there. And there we have our non-baked cheesecake with a little bit of lemon curd to replica those little Easter eggs that you get that I just love so much. I don't even know what they're called. I think they're the Cadbury cream egg, I think is what they're called. And that's what I've tried to do here, is replica that. Now I hope you enjoyed that video, and again, if you did, I would really love if you could subscribe to my channel. If you've got any variations on this, I'd love you to pop it in the comments below and let me know how you do a little Easter dessert. And if you like it, it'd really help me if you could give it a big thumbs up. So thank you everyone, and have a happy Easter.